Hey guys, my name is Mary Jane and I'm one of the teachers here from Real Ikaiwa. And today we're going to talk about the different tips that you need to do if you're going to take TOEIC. So I'm planning to do 20 TOEIC tips. Hopefully I will be able to upload them. And I've made them into like a slideshow so you will be able to see everything and maybe you want to write down some notes as well. All right, so let's start. So this would be a series. So we're going to have TOEIC tips part 1. So the very first thing that you need to do is, of course, you need to set a goal. So you've decided to take the TOEIC test. Congratulations. This is the first thing you should do. So just really set a goal. If you're taking the test in order to apply for, let's say, a job or find out what proficiency level is required, that is still very, very important. You have to choose a goal that is achievable for you. If you're going to aim too high, you will be disappointed. So remember, you can take the test as many times as you want, but that is if you don't mind paying for the fee. I know that it can be pretty expensive as well. All right, so here are some of the things that you need to remember. Let me move my face. I think it's covering. All right, there you go. So job opportunity or proficiency. So just remember the TOEIC test is, or the exam, is a very reputable test. So a lot of companies would really want you to have like a very good score for TOEIC. And yes, take the TOEIC to boost your CV. Your grasp of the foreign language matters as much as your diplomas and your past professional experiences. And when it comes to catching the attention of your future employer, it would be a real opportunity to boost your CV. Just remember also TOEIC is very recognized among all the other tests, as well as the IELTS, TOEIC, TOEFL, ACAN, and the other tests as well. All right, so if you needed to pass your MBA or Master of Business Administration or a specialized master's degree, so it will also be good. So TOEIC isn't just merely, how can I say, wired toward students, so seeking to join, let's say, professionals or the professional life. So it can also be for people who just want to study after graduating, or if they want to have, let's say, a good job or get a really nice promotion. So these are the courses for those who are already, how can I say, have a few years of experience in their field. And it's not only that, actually, it is a very good investment for you. So you should really take the TOEIC. Next thing. All right, so we have here, you have to understand the test. Okay, this one is very, very important. The first thing that we need to know is, of course, the test format. You have to remember it has a total of 200 questions, and then you only have 2 hours to be able to take the test. So you have to be familiar with the listening section. Let me move my face again. The listening section, and then you have the reading section. So both of these sections have 100 questions. Listening is good for 45 minutes, and the reading test is good for 75 minutes. So before you start studying for the test, you have to make sure that you understand the format of each section. You will be tested on your listening and reading comprehension skills. So you will be able to do that by doing model or practice tests. So you'll be familiar with it. Okay? So if you're familiar with it, then it will be just second nature for you to attempt the real test. All right, so another thing that we need to remember, okay, this one is also very important. You make a study plan. So procrastination, or always saying, oh, I will study the next day or the next few months. So this is one of the reasons why students fail the TOEIC. So you may book your TOEIC test months in advance. That is very, very important. You don't just decide, oh, I'm going to take the TOEIC next week. So I think that would not be a very good idea for you. Okay, so the day you decide to take the TOEIC test should be the day that you really want to start to study. And then you also have to decide if you're going to, let's say, teach yourself TOEIC. So we have here, self-study, and then, so you have to be able to get reliable resources for that one, whether you're going to take a TOEIC presentation class, a preparation class. So in order for you to get the best results, you should do both. So take the self-study and then join a TOEIC class. That would be very, very good for you. If you cannot afford to take a TOEIC class, because that can also be very expensive, so I would recommend that you try to just get a TOEIC textbook. Most of the TOEIC textbooks are self-explanatory, so they also have answers, so you don't really need to worry. But if you can, so you can also would want to have a teacher or a tutor to, so from time to time you can have or give them your questions as well. But if you do join a TOEIC class, so make sure that you trust your teacher and that you feel comfortable with his or her class, just so you will be able to do a commitment with that one. And another thing, it is very, very important that you try to study at the same day. So some of my students become very busy, so they would be able to study, let's say, a few times in, just a few times in a week. So I think it's still good, but of course it will be better if you're able to study at the same time every day. All right. Now, the next thing you need to do is you have to divide your study time. So dividing your study time appropriately, this one is very, very important. So it's not the time to look for excuses. Yes. So first thing you need to remember, don't spend too much time on studying one section. Okay, why is that? It's because you also need to study the other sections as well. Another thing, you might want to divide your study week by focusing on certain sections. So for example, on a Saturday, you would like to focus on part 1. So for not through the whole day, you have to do other things as well. So for that time, a specific time, you just study part 1. And then on Sunday, you can do part 2. And then on Monday, you can do part 3, and so on. So do not do all the sections in one day. You will be very, very tired. And I think it's very difficult to do that also. And another thing is, don't spend too much time on a section you enjoy the most. If you're very good in, let's say, listening to what the person is describing, like in photographs, so don't spend too much time on that. You also have to be able to focus on other sections as well. So it's just really about balance in this case, all right? So it's not the time to look for excuses. I know you will be able to do that. All right, now that would be the end for our part 1, and I'll see you soon next time for our part 2. Take care, everyone.